wonder if these people have any resolutions. Now, resolutions, I've always had an interesting relationship with resolutions. Because I usually seem to have the same resolution every year, which is to spend less time on my phone. Doesn't work so well. My resolutions usually fall through, which is why this year I've decided to not set resolutions, but to set more targets or goals or just ideas. It's not that deep. It sounds deeper than it is. For example, I'd like to hit a milestone on YouTube this year, which I'm sure you can all guess. In doing that, I'm going to be taking an upload schedule more seriously and interacting with the community more seriously. With that comes more members videos. I feel like the last time I spoke about the members videos was ages ago, so for those of you that aren't aware, every now and then, it used to be once a week, but every now and then I make behind the scenes vlogs, updates, shorts, gaming videos, reacting videos, for my members who seem to enjoy it. I don't know, I enjoy making them. And they're not ASMR, they're just more of an insight into, I guess, my personal life. And I enjoy them because this is always kind of the same place, these videos. But with the members videos we can see more of where I spend my time outside of this room. So anyway, a bit of a subtopic there. Oh yeah. The members, yeah. So that's on YouTube or Patreon. Bit of shameless promotion as well, but it's fine. Everyone has to promote, I guess. Patreon, YouTube links are in the description for those of you that are interested. But I guess more on topic of the resolution, tying in with the idea of having a more serious, structured, consistent upload schedule means managing my time better, which in turn leads to spending less time on my phone. So I guess they all link together nicely. I guess just having more structure, having more routine is a target of mine. My only other one I can think of would be to stay as close, if not closer, with the people in my life that are very close to me at the moment. I'd like to maintain healthy relationships with my favourite people. I think that's so important. I honestly think that's probably one of my priorities in life, is to enjoy the company of others and have good relationships. You know who you are. So they would be mine. And now comes to the bit of the video where I want to ask you guys, the commenters, whether you have any resolutions that you don't mind writing in the comments. I'm always interested to hear other people's resolutions. If you'd rather keep it secret, obviously. I don't even have the ability to know whether you're still watching. So whether you comment or not is your choice, but I'll just say I would be very interested, and I'm sure other commenters would be interested to read each other's resolutions, kind of a way to bring each other up, motivate each other maybe. I think one of the things I'm most proud of is the community that we've built here. And I love seeing when people in the comments interact with one another. And I can think that I kind of brought that together, you know, so I feel like this is a nice opportunity to exploit that, I guess, for motivational purposes, you know. With that, I hope everybody had a nice Christmas. Whether you celebrate or not, I hope you had a nice holiday as well. Sorry about my blinking. Now, this background that I'm using, I'm very fond of. But I think I might repaint the wall. Maybe it doesn't pick up on camera so well. There are many, many areas on the wall where the paint has been chipped or there are scratches, and because the wall is black, it marks very easily. That reminds me of the funniest thing. I remember when I used to film videos 3-4 years ago, instead of using a black wall as my background, which I do now, which I think, I don't know about you guys, but I really, really like the background with the plant and the whatever. I really like it. But you already know that. Before using this black wall as a background, which I painted for the videos, before that, I used to hang up a black piece of cloth, a black fabric, a black sheet with two huge beams, with two huge poles holding them up, and I just thought, how much space does that take up? And it took up a lot of space. And it just makes me think, wow, I did a lot more than what I remember for this channel a lot of years ago, because I feel like how dedicated and how motivated I am to improve the channel kind of comes in waves, you know. Right now, you might be able to tell, I'm definitely on a high in terms of how motivated I am to improve the channel. But I remember I used to buy all this equipment, and I'm glad I did, because now I've got it all. But I don't know, it's nice to think back, because had I not done that, I wouldn't be here now. So I feel like every decision I made back then has helped me come here. And what I'm thinking now is every decision I make now will help me reach wherever I am in the next 5 years or the next 2 years. So I'm not deliberately leading on to these topics, but that brings me on to my next topic, which is the channel improvement. Listen, you can hear the white noise. So I'm getting a new microphone, but don't be too excited, because I'm just going to casually make a few videos with it. It's not going to be a direct switch, because I do like this microphone. It's very convenient. But I do also really like this next microphone that I have. The members have seen it. The members know which one it is. And before I'm confident enough to publish any public videos with this new microphone over on the members Patreon videos, I'm going to be experimenting with ASMR, asking your guys, the members' opinions, whether you like or dislike certain triggers or ideas, or the microphone itself, whether I should return it. But yeah, I'm very excited to explore, and if this goes well, it's within my it's possible. It is within my range of what I might want to do. A consideration. It's within my range of consideration to get another one identical, which would mean that I can do ear to ear, side to side triggers. Which is funny because on this microphone I usually always use the same mono-directional setting. I never really switch it to binaural. But I don't know if people like it, so if you're watching, please let me know. Ear-to-ear microphones, but this is talking months down the line. I got to come to terms with this microphone that I've got now in the first place first. But I think it's definitely within the range of possibility for the channel. To start taking audio more seriously. I spent a long time with this microphone practicing triggers, practicing video ideas, practicing backgrounds. And now I want to improve audio, potentially. In the next few weeks I'll look into some sort of physical room enhancements to improve the level of sound paneling in here, because it is at the moment pretty standard. I've just got pillows, a bed, a duvet, that kind of thing. You know what I mean by sound